Maximum charcoal yield from heap burning wild cherry wood. William Hovey Smith, 2019. I'm the author of Backyard Deer Hunting and also a wild game cook. I also am a knife maker with my company, Hovey's Knives of China, where I make knives from ancient antecedents from China and other world cultures. I also have a new book, screenplay, and movie project, Father of the Grooms, in which a very peculiar knife gets made by me. So hence, I'm making me some charcoal to use in my forge. This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman, and I'm continuing my charcoal making today, and I'm going to show you something a little new. If you've watched previously, I've used a wood pallet as the bottom foundation of my charcoal burn. This time I'm using 6 to 4 inch limbs from a chinaberry tree that fell in my yard. So these are green, they provide a good solid foundation. Between these limbs in the gaps, I've lined them with combustible material like pine straw, waste paper, cardboard, plastic bags, and the like. Then on top of that is a layer of partially burnt wood from previous charcoal makings. So that's going to use to help ignite the flame. Then on top of that is going this load of cherry wood, which I have split to as near a uniform condition as possible. It is the same wood. It has about the same moisture content. It is about the same size. So we should get a real good burn on this. We had rain last night, a thunderstorm, so the ground is wet, it's safe to burn, and more rain is expected today. Now light rain I can handle in charcoal making. A heavy deluge, yeah, that pretty well puts out the process. But the light rain I can tolerate, and that's what's expected today. So we're going to get this stacked up, and I'll show you how we stack it and how we burn it. As you can see, we have the pile stacked up, and that's quite a volume of wood that's pretty uniformly stacked. And so now we're going to ignite. We're in the process of getting things ignited. And now you can see the flames licking up through all the open spaces between the various blocks of wood. And as the heat rises, it dries the material above it and makes it more easily combusted. So the whole thing is working just about as planned. The pieces of wetted charcoal that were made before from the partially burned limbs are now starting to ignite too. And they are giving a real impetus to the flames at the bottom. The fire got off to a faster start in one corner than the other. So that corner will probably collapse first. So I'm sort of standing by when that pile becomes unstable and starts to shift to give it a gentle nudge or two so that we keep most of the pieces actually in the burn instead of falling down the sides of the earth mound there. There's something aesthetically pleasing about watching a well-behaved fire doing what it's supposed to do. So I'll let you do that. The background sounds you hear are some of our early summer birds and frogs croaking, if you don't recognize it. We have many species of frogs and toads here, and I can't tell you which one is making that sound. It's certainly not a bullfrog. We aren't in bullfrog habitat. But we have plenty other frogs and toads. pile, as I would mean it to and hope it would, is collapsing toward the center of the pile rather than the pieces falling off the outside. Although I'm standing by just in case some do. We're starting to have some rain, but the burn pile is doing very good. Our timing turned out to be pretty good. We had a brief but intense rainstorm, but as you see, the great majority of the pieces are burned down now to charcoal. There are a few unburned pieces on top, as there always will be, and those, as usual, are going to get cooled and then saved for the next burn. But compared to the 20% of material left over from the last fire, this is more like 5%. So yeah, now this represents a much more uniform burn on much more uniform material. So what we're going to do is roll those logs down the hill so I can get at the sides and then start quenching that pile. The logs themselves have a little char on them, but are basically unaffected. We did very good on this charcoal burn. The pile is now cold. There's even been another little rainstorm on it since I put it out with a water hose. And the amount of material that was non-combusted or only partially combusted was minor indeed, say something like 2% versus nearly 20% the last time around with mixed wood and green wood on the pile. So the sorting and splitting, etc., did well in getting a better result. And we're now going to screen it out and put it in pans and let it air dry outside for several hours, and then probably let it dry again some more tomorrow before we actually put it in our bin with the rest of the charcoal. And now we're ready to start the stack again for the next burn. And that pile is going to get set out in the sun so it can dry. The result of this burn gave me a 20% higher yield than I would have gotten previously. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time. In previous videos, I show how I actually work the charcoal with my bare hands when I screen it in the cleaning process. This helps ensures that there's absolutely no live coals in that material. I also have it stand for 8 to 12 hours before I put it in my bin. For more information on my books, blogs, and more than 750 videos, you can go to www.hoveysmith.com. For more information on my knife company and knife making, you can go to hoveysKnivesofChinablog.co. For more information on my novel, screenplay, and movie project, and how you can actually participate in it, you can go to fatherofthegrooms.net. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. See you in the movies.